And I wanted to talk to you a little bit, this is definitely not specifically about this project, but you've got, you know, a mixed portfolio, of service accommodation and co-living HMOs, and it would be very easy to create a monster in terms of property management, in terms of doing that. Can you give some advice on, what systems you've managed to put in place so it's not the Stuart Scott property management show, as it
Yeah, yeah.
were? So
Well, look, none of us want to do that. None of us want to go into property management.
there might be some really crazy people out there, and that's your bag, in which case, good luck. It's not me, and it's not Stuart.
Yeah, no,
so.
none of us want to do full self-management. So the stuff that I have, well, okay, if people are starting out their journey and they're building their portfolio of HMOs, my advice is always start with a letting agent. Just keep it simple, because your main priority right now is actually building the portfolio and the assets. At any point in the future, you can look at your costs and you can bring some of that in-house. You've got the option to do that. But while we have a buyer's market, which is now, really your focus should be on acquiring sites. Okay, because this is the time to negotiate. You fast forward 2-3 years down the line and we're back into a seller's market, we may not be able to do the cheeky offers and negotiate. So for management, I think my advice, if you're starting out your building portfolios, just get some letting agents in there for now, and then monitor your spend that you're spending on your letting agents. And eventually you're going to look at how much you spend, and it's going to add up to the equivalent of a part-time role for someone. And then gradually what you can then do, which is what I did, so I looked at what I was spending, and then I basically just employed someone who works part-time for me, who's ex-letting agent, and then I brought the software in. So I don't do any of the noise. I just have someone that works for me that organizes all of that. And actually the benefit for me is, firstly, it's cheaper. Secondly, tenants absolutely love it because stuff gets done quickly. And if there's a room that becomes available, we're marketing that room within hours. I'm not one of hundreds of other landlords in a letting agent. So there's a lot of upsides to it, but you have to systemize it to bring it in. But you can absolutely do that further down the line.
I mean, great advice. And I think it's very tempting for us to try and do everything ourselves, particularly in property.
Once you've been on that front line doing viewings and people don't turn up for viewings, that will soon take the the rosy view of management out pretty quickly.
I stopped managing any of my properties when I got a call on New Year's Day one year saying that my tenant could smell gas, and I found myself standing at a property saying, I have nothing more to add to this than my ability to also possibly smell gas. I can't help in any way, shape or form, and I don't want to be stood here on New Year's Day, so I just outsourced it.
Or someone locks themselves out and they've got the keys and none of the. I mean, look, on occasion, if my property manager's not around, I have had to jump in a car with a key. It's not the end of the world. I mean, most important thing is, systemizing. You've got to systemize. Doing it all yourself at the early stage. I know some people do it to keep the cost down. But really, in a buyer's market like at the moment, if your aim is to replace your income, then focus entirely on building a portfolio that is going to give you that replacement of income. The management and bringing in more efficiencies, you can bring all of that in further down the line.
Learn what's working in today's property market. Get started for free at ypn.plus.